Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. If you are here, just let me know in the comments. Say hi so I can see. I am still in the Christmas spirit since Christmas is Monday. My gosh, this time really went fast. I've got a nice red blend today, so I'm excited. I really wanted something red because I needed to unwind. For whatever reason, I cannot see this on my TV. So I'm going to go out and go back in so that way I can see if that works. Let's see. I cannot see this on. Hi, Kennedy. Hi, Mix. Oh, boy. Yeah, this is odd. So just gonna go out and then go back in because what would a week be if I didn't have some kind of technical difficulty? It is what it is. No biggie. But I'm here. I'm here. I'm alive. It's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Christmas is Monday. I cannot believe that Christmas is really Monday. This is insane. Like, time has gone so doggone fast, and I am so not ready at all. Um, at all. I'm not going to even play the role like I am ready when I'm not. But, it's going to come whether I'm ready or not. Okay, now I'm connected. But yes, I'm still in the Christmas spirit. Got my reindeer antlers on. And let me turn off these other alarms because I was going to forget something. Okay, the other alarms are off. Hi, Luana. Okay, let's get to the wine because clearly it's time. So, like I said, I've got a nice red today. I actually picked it out today, and it took me a little while, of course, from Total Wine and More. I didn't know what I wanted. I just knew I wanted a red. And yeah, so I'm going to cut this seal and get this wine open because it is definitely needed today. Right now, I should say. All I keep looking at every day is, oh crap, it's almost Christmas. It's almost Christmas. It's almost Christmas. And while I'm very happy that it is almost Christmas, it's just like, man, time went fast. It like the year went slow, 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 slow. And then it was just like, you have a nice root beer float today. That is good for you. I hope you enjoy that root beer float. Uh, yeah, I don't know. And then it just picked up like school started and it was just like the year just started flying. So I was prepared, but I wasn't all at the same time. It is what it is. Life is going to go on. But I will say, on good news, that winter blend is kicking in and gas is coming down. So I am loving that because I'm almost back to what I was paying to fill up my tank. And Alexa just gave us an alert that we got a flood warning. Man, it's like the time is just like, okay, it went from creeping to now it's just like, oh, now you just want to be in the fast lane doing 100. Like, and I'm not ready. So, my gosh, they put good foil on this. This is actually DLC. So, I got an Italian wine. That was one of the other things that when I went to go pick my wine that I really wanted. They're like, you sure you want Italian? I'm like, yes, I want wine from Italy today. I knew what I wanted. So I walked in with a plan, but I wanted to have the best for, of course, the price point that I wanted. This one with tax was $22.99, which is not bad because it's a good Italian wine. My goodness, the cork is up in this thing too. I had to work for this. Got my Christmas cup. It says, forget the elf. I'd rather have wine on a shelf. Oh, That sounds amazing. Okay, let's see. And I didn't pour it right. Oh well. It's nothing to start all over again. I'm not going to dump it. I'm just going to put it. I just poured it in another cup for later so that way it aerates. But see, I'm off. There we go. Now we're letting some air get into that wine. Look at that. Things are good now. Y'all, I'm having a day. Oh well. I already spilled it on myself. Okay. It's got nice legs. Okay. That first sip after I just poured it all over myself. That's good. That's good. Definitely worth all $22.99. But how's everybody doing today? I see that people were agreeing with me that this time is going fast. It's insane. Taraji P. Henson was trending today. I guess she had an interview come out where they asked her about quitting acting. And she broke down in tears, saying that she's still not paid fairly and enough is enough and the industry will steal your soul. And I don't know, I kind of felt sad when I read that. I don't want to see the video because I'm a crier and I don't want to cry before I did this, but it's really sad. You would think with the strike and everything that they just went through, things would still, but she said, you know, even when she's negotiating her contract, she still feel like she's starting from scratch. And it's like you would think after everything that she's done in this industry, she wouldn't have to keep going through this. It's like you'd give her respect from the beginning. So I don't know. It's just kind of shitty. But it was very sad. Hi, Trill NBA. Thanks for joining. It's very sad because this is why you gotta sometimes just create your own lane, do your own thing, because you're not going to get the respect from other people all the time. So just do what you do. But this is my last single, live before the year is over. And this year has been an emotional roller coaster. And mostly in a good way. I will say that it's been a lot of growth, a lot of reflection, and a lot of practicing self-awareness. And I just felt like, after breaking all that down there, and one of the biggest things that I had to do this year was learn myself. And then I started just thinking in general, if I had to, break down this list of things that me as a woman I should know, and me having a daughter and things that I feel like she should know as well because we're women, why not share this list and, talk about that? So I want to break down the things that I feel like every woman should know, especially before you hit 30. And there are some on here that I was just like, yep, I failed, but I got to get on it. No basic first aid, how to treat a burn, how to disinfect cuts. That's something I can do, real easy, because I don't have practice with kids. So yeah, cooking an egg just the way you want it. When I realized that I like my eggs different ways for different things, that had become one of the funniest things with learning how to cook it the way that I want it. And a lot of it I learned, I'm not gonna lie, how to do certain things watching YouTube, TikTok, things like that. I know everybody probably thought this was going to be the first one, but it's not. So, choose the perfect bottle or glass of wine. Life is too short to drink nasty wine. So, take the time, go to wine classes, join wine clubs. The first time I really did the wine club thing was absolutely amazing because you are really breaking down what you like. So it's like, oh, they have questionnaires. What do you like? What don't you like? And then they send you the wine and you get to taste it and let them know. And then they send you other wines, and some of them you can figure out what tastes good, what doesn't taste good, and you let them know, and then they'll try again. But it's one of those where it's like we're getting older. You got to learn this wine, because wine is good. And I hate hearing people say I don't like wine, and it's like you just haven't found the wine for you. Don't stop. Now I will admit I don't like beer, and I can't. And it's not because I haven't tried. I've tried plenty of beers. I'm not a beer drinker. It's just it doesn't do well with me. It's something about that yeast or whatever it is. It just doesn't do well with me. So I'm not a big beer person. I'll cook with it, but I don't want to drink it. Confronting a friend without losing them forever. That that one was on my list because I went through a situation this year where I did lose a friend, and it still sucks. It still stings. It still bothers me. But I lost a friend because I spoke up about something that they weren't being. What is the word that I'm looking for? Intentional with how they were treating another friend, and they didn't like it. And yeah, so I guess I haven't mastered the art of confronting without losing, and that sucks, but it's something you got to learn how to do. I was just having this conversation recently with how to negotiate a raise. That one is, and you don't have to do it, and be mean about it when you're asking for a raise, but you definitely got to know how to ask for more money. And especially in this day and age where everything just costs way too doggone much. Sewing on a fallen button or restitching a seam. Now, this one was brought on because when I was pregnant, I felt like my son's, animal was going to be giraffes. He ain't a big fan of giraffes, but whatever. Asking for money is a must in an art. It is an art, and a lot of people don't know how to do it. Trill MBA has a lot of good podcasts with money management, things like that, dealing with your job. So check her out. I'll link her stuff in this video as well. So definitely check her out. I've been listening to her on Apple Podcasts because that's the only place I really listen to podcasts, unless it's on YouTube too, which she's going that route as well. So yeah, check her out. But it's definitely an art, and you got to know how to do it. I thought my son's animal was going to be giraffes, and I kept this one giraffe from his baby shower, or from the baby shower that we had for him. And then somehow the neck opened and a lot of the padding came out, and I was like, doggone it. And I did not know how to sew it together. So that one prompted me to realize I really need to learn how to do, that type of stuff to be simple. I used to know how. I don't know why I can't anymore, but whatever. Set up a budget and stick to it. I can do it, but it's not long term. Like it's like, oh, okay, well, I want to do this. I'll set it up once I hit that goal, and then it's like, okay, now I want Chipotle. So I mean, that was just funny, but definitely, you got to be able to stick to budgets. Like when it comes to like me planning parties, I have okay, I only want to spend this amount of money, and that's just what it is. I'm going to spend that amount of money, and I know where each dollar is going to go to. Oh, so I only want to spend this much for decorations. I want to spend this much on that. And I do my best to stick to that, which I can do for the most part. So every now and then I do go a little over, but it's not a lot where it's going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm totally feeling the pain of it. Uh, Being okay with being single. I'm not even going to go into that one, but that should be self-explained. Change a tire. I still don't know how to do that. And that's why it's on my list, because I feel like I need to know that. What if something happens to me one day? And well, I did have an incident, and that's what really prompted me to feel like I need to know how to do a lot of this stuff, because I had a flat tire because the road decided it wanted to eat my tire, and I popped it. And I didn't even know if I had a spare tire in my car. So yeah, I feel like that's a big one to know. Hammer a nail without causing injury to yourself, others, or property. I can do that. Hi, lady. I can do that one. I would say fairly well. I've never hurt any of my fingers before. And I do have the cutest little pink toolbox that I don't think I've used much. And then I lost it, and then I found it again. And yeah, my drill still had charge. That's how much I use it. But yes, I do know how to use a hammer. So I feel like every woman should know how to do that, because you never know when you're going to need the hammer. Host an incredible event without causing injury. If I do something with a hammer, I be feeling like, I'm the female Bob the Builder. Like, okay, let's do it. What else can I? So, I think my biggest thing is when I can get through putting together IKEA stuff, because I feel like their stuff just comes so complicated, to us regular people. So, yeah, it just sucks. But I wish I was a lot more, handy, good with my hands and stuff. But I try. Be here doing some stuff sometimes. Hammers aren't for everyone. They're not, but we got to try. You got to figure out how to use it. You can't just be a complete damsel in distress. So that's why we women have to figure it out. Practice. Uh, Host an incredible event. I can plan and do all that stuff, and it seems like everyone has more fun than I do most of the time. And partially, and this is when I had to learn to let go, because I get a little in my own brain with wanting for things to be so perfect that sometimes the imperfections is what makes it better. So I've learned to get out of my own way lately. Like, I'll say the last couple of years, but to put on a good event, oh, I can do that. This one was big to me because it was a two-part, it was a layered situation. Know when to apologize. That one, it was big, because you do have to know when to, one, verbally do it, and two, realize when the biggest apology is changed behavior. And that goes a lot further than the verbal apology. So that's why I say it's layered, but you do have to know when to do that, because as perfect as I am, I realize I am not perfect. But that was one of my biggest lessons learned this year, is the biggest apology is change behavior. Quitting a job without burning a bridge. I realized that I still have former bosses, managers, things like that I talk to this current day. So I'm not a big bridge burner. I don't feel like you have to, there's a way to do it. You don't always have to leave on bad terms. Not everything is meant to be problematic. Sure, nothing is perfect. There's going to be ups and downs no matter what you're doing, whether it's work, your relationships, friendships, family situations. You don't always have to burn a bridge. And I feel like people just feel like everything that ends is just something where it was just like, oh, it was turmoil. It's not, it's okay to just, leave without having issues. This is a really big one. It probably should have been at the top, but I didn't want to just, have us ladies looking at me crazy from the beginning. But recognizing PMS. It is real. It is real. It is real. And the struggle of it is even more real. Learning to an ending isn't failure. It's not. It's not. It's sometimes you have to do it to have better. Exactly. Exactly. So I'm with you, Mix. But yeah, that PMS is something else. And that comes with learning yourself. We as women really need to learn ourselves. And the more I talk to other women and we break down certain things, they're like, oh, there's no this, there's no that. I wish I would be treated this way, especially when it comes to men. And I was having a conversation with my brother a couple months ago, and we were just talking about how one of the biggest things with us women is that we want people, or we expect men to do certain things for us, but we don't know ourselves. And oh my gosh, there's layers to that one as well. Whether it's, emotionally, physically, we don't take the time to really know ourselves. And PMS is one of those things. It's like it really does affect, if you really think about as a woman, what we go through every month, and you really pay attention to, the flow of your body, how those hormones are, flowing, things like that, you can learn so much about yourself. Like I notice when I'm a little more short tempered, that's normally when it's like, oh, okay, so now I got to look at my calendar and it's like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. And then I have to alter how I allow things to affect me because I know what it is. So therefore, it's literally my responsibility to not let that change anyone else. And the biggest thing you can do is track your cycle. So recognize your PMS, know when it's affecting you, how it affects you as well. Whether, oh my gosh, because y'all know how it is. That's a big one. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying have like, what if you get fired while PMS hits? Ooh, dang, that's a good one. That is a good one. Yes, somebody is letting out. What's the little baby from Incredibles? Jack Jack. She gonna be in there going crazy like him. No, not Jack Jack. Oh my God, what is his name? Somebody on here help me. What is See, it's gonna drive me crazy. It's gonna drive me crazy. Oh, it is Jack Jack. Okay, see, I was right. Yeah. If y'all ever seen Incredibles, y'all know this little dude is a straight terror. So, yeah, you don't want to let out Jack Jack because you PMSing and you getting fired at the same time. That would be something else because now you about to go to jail because they going to call the police and you probably going to be even more mad that the police came. So, yeah, don't go to jail. Don't do that. Yeah. But that's something, we're going to work on. Um, and knowing when you can trust someone with your secrets and when to keep quiet. You can't vent to everyone. You can't talk to everyone. And don't put stuff on social media. I have proven I can keep myself alive. Cue my damsel era. Please, God, I see what you've done for the other damsels. you know, I can say I've done the same thing. And I am one of those people that I romanticize pretty much everything. I am like, I love love. I love being in love. I like the whole what is, just everything that, I love the rom-coms, things like that. I am a total, love person, and I would love everything to just be, but life be life in, and it shows you it's okay. But um one of the things that I had to learn this year was to not allow the negative to have me so jaded that it affects, who I am as a person. If that is who I am, and I am one of those people that wears my heart on my sleeve, and then it's like the first little, it's like, oh, no, I'm so hurt. And then I'm letting it affect me to the point where it's just like, now I'm this mean, witchy person, then I have to take responsibility for that. So I can still be me 100% of the time and not allow those things to affect me. So that's, one of my biggest things. So yeah, I can keep myself alive, and I can keep others alive, and, you know, really thinking about it. I enjoy it. Do I want to do it all the time? No, sometimes I just want to lay in the bed and watch my movies and my shows and things like that. So I have my moments where I just don't want to. I don't want to, but yeah. I don't know if I want to do the damsel thing. Now I have my moments where I do want to be like, "Oh, can you help me? I can't lift this." That, yeah, don't ever let anyone pull any situation pull you out of character. That was my biggest lesson this year. Letting myself, learn to just be chill with situations, because and I've heard people say, "Oh, I'm letting go of people." That it's like, no, learn how to deal with it. When you see how a person is, you know who they are as a person after that. So you know how to, be with them accordingly. I have people that are, you know, they are, I mean, everyone is who they are, and I deal with them accordingly. I have some people I can talk to on a regular basis, and I'm going to have the greatest time talking to them. I'm going to laugh, we're going to joke, and it is the greatest thing on the planet. Then I have some friends where it's just like they really are just down and out all the time. Like, why are you going through something all the time? Life is beautiful when you get past all the BS. So no, I agree. Just don't let people pull you out of character, and recognize who people are and accept them for that. It's like, stop. That's when I have to pull myself out of the whole romanticization thing, because accepting people for who they are is a big thing. So no, I agree with you on that. But yeah, don't be telling everybody all your business either. Oh my gosh. After going through or going to events this year, know how to dress, know when a situation calls for, jeans and a sweater versus a cocktail dress, or, being, dressy cash, because I have been some places and I'm looking at people like, where did you think you were going? What were you thinking you were about to do? If you are in a gym watching your child or someone else's child play volleyball, basketball, things like that, please don't show up with all your chest out and 6-inch stilettos. That is not okay. Like, what are you trying to accomplish? I mean, we know what you're trying to accomplish, but no, dress appropriately. If you are going to a wine bar, be sophisticated, put on something. Yes, they are coming for the dads. That's why I said we know why they're doing that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like, and this is just me, you're a male. Would she get more of your attention faster dressed in, appropriate attire, her cute Nikes and even stretch pants, and a hoodie, versus her coming in the tightest jeans she got, her boobs all out, and heels? What's gonna catch your attention? I mean, yes, you're gonna look at her because her boobs is out. However, but wouldn't that catch a man's attention even more? Like, okay, she knows how to dress appropriately for the situation we in. Is she dressing for one dad or all the dads? Yeah, sometimes people do things for themselves. However, I don't know. I guess that's where I need to let go. Maybe it's a boost. Maybe it is. Maybe in that moment she was like, I don't care where I'm going. I need to. Yeah. Little Tammy need a new daddy. Little Timmy need a new. That is funny. What if that? Yeah, there. I have met some women that do not own a pair of tennis shoes, and when I say they don't own a pair, they just don't own a pair. So maybe, maybe. Now I will admit when my son was in preschool at his first preschool, whatever, it was a mom that would come up there in jeans and lingerie to drop off her son, and I was just like, you coming to this Christian preschool with your lingerie top on and your jeans, yeah, but okay, if that's all she got, that's all she got. But as for me in my attire, I will. I'm gonna dress, you know, come as you are. Oh, she came as she was too, for sure. That is funny. Mm, yeah. And this will take me into my next part of it. Network your way into an amazing new job. Your son has a father, right? Timmy got a father. You don't need to go find him a new nothing. hmm But networking is one of the best ways to meet people for all sorts of things. I feel like I have done the most networking in my life that I've like over the whole 40. How old am I? 41? Yes, I'm 41. Over my whole 41 years and my adult life, this is the most networking this year I have ever done in my entire life. So just this year alone has been absolutely amazing with the amount of people that I have met and the collaborations that I have, that I've done that are in the works. It is just, yes, it makes me excited. But some of that is because I dress appropriately as well. um, this one I'm talking to myself, and when I wrote it down, I just kind of, typed it out. I kind of laughed at myself, but know how to handle yourself in an emergency without totally losing your shit. Because one thing about me, I'm a panic first. Like it's gonna be some sweaty palms, things like that. I'm a panic and then I'm gonna figure it out. And sometimes I don't figure it out. I gotta make that call and be like, so I popped the tire or I just got hit by a car, things like that. And then I can calm myself down. But in the initial moment, I'm panicking a little bit. And yeah. But I will say this, when I have my son, I don't panic because I know I got to keep it cool for him. So, yeah. But that was a big one for me. Uh this just happened to me, I want to say last week. I think it was last week. Say no in the most polite way possible. Um you got to be, I feel like it doesn't, everything doesn't always deserve for you to have to be a jerk. And with me, but I made that call. Yes, damsel. I did make that call. So yes, I guess I have some damsel in me. I'm okay. I'm okay. And then I drink. So on Wednesdays we wind down. But no, you do have to know how to have a little tact about yourself sometimes, especially when you're building, like me, I'm building my brand. So I don't want to always, sometimes you do have to be firm. However, not every situation calls for you to just go straight to the I'm gonna be a jackass. And I had a situation where someone wanted to do my live, but they were a little, one, aggressive, and two, they kept coming off like they were doing it as they, they wanted to flirt. And it made me really uncomfortable. And the more that they would message me, the more it was just like, I don't want to do this. I'm not comfortable with it. And I had to, go and ask, like, how do I say? So then I messaged them and I'm like, hey, I decided I want to. No, it's not. It's no shame at all. And I truly appreciate having that. So, no, definitely. He has definitely saved me from a lot of situations, especially this one where I had to tell homeboy I'm going in a different direction. And then he didn't answer me after that. He read it because, Instagram will show you that a person read your message. But he didn't say nothing back. So I was like, okay. I said no, and now you backed off. So thank you. I appreciate that. But no, there was no way I could do that after that. It's like you are creeping me out, and I don't like it. Uh, because of what I do, and um, I like to drink. I feel like every woman should know how to mix at least two cocktails, whether they're simple or they're, because I love a good cocktail. I love a margarita. I do love having certain mixed drinks. My biggest, cocktail that I've been enjoying lately is Prosecco with a shot of tequila. And boy, oh boy, I am a good time when that happens. So, yes, know how to mix a cocktail. I feel like this one is a dying situation, but know how to write a handwritten letter or thank you note, that it people like that stuff still, and it we don't want it to die. So I feel like we as ladies, that should be something that we keep alive. And making a toast without using note cards. I had a friend this year who she had a birthday dinner, and I made a toast to her. There was no note cards. It was just straight from the heart because she is such an amazing person. And I almost cried doing it because it was just like, man, like I really love this person and I enjoy having her in my life. And even though we don't see each other as much anymore because she's so far away, it was from the heart. And I've been really big lately on telling people how you feel while they're alive. Like all the things that we do at funerals, we get up and we make these elaborate speeches about the person. I don't want that. That's why I'm not having a funeral, because tell me while I'm alive. Tell me how much you love me, you appreciate me, things like that while I'm still here and can enjoy it. Give me all the feels. So, I feel like everyone should be able to do that. And taking care of your skin so that wrinkles are not a factor. Hydration, drink your water. 1,000% drink your water. Come on, ladies. One of the biggest tips that I can give for moisturization with your eyes, Vaseline. Vaseline in the morning and Vaseline at night because it helps you retain moisture. So, especially with me, I have bags. So, in order for me to keep them from having puffy eyes, things like that, I have to, be very intentional about it. And uh, um, ah, you have to, my good, exfoliate. I exfoliate once a day for sure, twice on really, really good days. So exfoliate often and your skin will thank you. And exfoliating your whole body, getting exfoliating body wash, that will help as well. So you want to definitely do that. Being able to admit when you're wrong. That is a hard one for people, but it's a big one. admitting when you're wrong, because no one's always right. And I have learned that I am not always right as well. So admit when you're wrong. And giving yourself a pep talk. There are going to be so many days when life is going to be kicking your butt to no end. And you want to be able to pull yourself out of that. Like, the worst thing you can do for yourself is to stay in that emotion and sit in that feeling, because it is not good at all. And you're not doing yourself any type of, good by doing that. So learn how to be able to pep yourself up and pull yourself out of those funks, because it is definitely more of a blessing to yourself. Ask for help. I had to learn that the hard way, knowing when I need to say, okay, I cannot do it all. I know I have superpowers, but I need to ask somebody to assist me, with doing some stuff. And it's okay. I used to, like I said, I think I've said in an early episode that I used to feel like asking for help was like failure, when me trying to do it all and I can't do it all was actually my failure. So know when to ask for help. And the last thing, and like I said, this has all been a part of my journey this year. So can you tell how much I've been working on? My goodness, I am, whew, that's why this year has felt so tumultuous. But look in the mirror and look at yourself and see how amazing you are and the beauty that you were born with. That is definitely something that we all need to really take more advantage of. Like, don't look at yourself and see anything other than someone who is absolutely beautiful and amazing, because that's what you are. And I did this without crying. But I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate you guys sticking with me through this year, because my goodness. And this year I'm very proud of myself, because I made it where I didn't take off many weeks. And the weeks I did, it was either because I was sick or there was something else going on. But I did a lot better this year, staying out of my emotions and being consistent. Next year, next week, I'm really excited because I'm having my first panel. And this one is a reflection on the end of the year. And I, like, when I say I'm excited, this is a different level of excitement, because I've had guests on, and that is my biggest thing, that since I started having guests, is having at least one on. Thank you. Having guests on once a month. And this month, since it's the final month, I am like, oh my gosh, there are 7 ladies joining me next week. So I'm really excited. This is really going to be fun. And I really hope that you guys have gotten something from me on some episode, whether it was a good wine recommendation. And let me know if you've tried any of the wines that I've been showcasing. But again, all of them are on my Instagram. I post them every week. So that way it's, kind of a reminder. If you have any questions about wine, I've always been, one to help and give suggestions with pairings, things like that. And I'm going to keep going. It's Yana's Wine Corner on everything. Of course, here, Instagram, TikTok. Yes, wine. I love it. So I'm really excited. And I'm going to have you on one of these times too, Trill and Bear. We have to link up and do that. But no, I thank you guys all again. If you haven't hit the like button, do it now. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And I will see you guys next week.